It's Anna Catherine and welcome back to my channel, and today I am showing you what it's like to be a property owner, and it's not always that glamorous. I just want to warn everybody, if you're looking into buying a home or you do own a home, or especially if you're thinking about purchasing a home, it is not just about, can I afford the mortgage payment? Y'all, you've got to factor in the cost of maintenance to upkeep your property. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. 2.5 years, like I said, I've been putting off this one tree here in the back because I just didn't want to front the cost, and it just had to be done. It's bothered me for long enough. It's gonna be a few grand. So definitely be sure to think about that when you're purchasing a home or purchasing any property for investment purposes. You are gonna have to maintain the land, and there are costs associated with that. I'm gonna be giving you an inside look today at what it's really like being a homeowner. It's not all glamorous as it usually seems. Today, instead of taking myself shopping to some luxury designer store, which I never do because y'all know me, I buy secondhand for most things, I'm not treating myself to a new handbag from YSL. Instead, I am taking that money and I'm having to invest it back into my property that I have owned for the past 2.5 years to take care of some maintenance costs. Today, the maintenance that is going on here at the property is tree removal. I have 3 trees that need to be removed, and boy, do I feel like they have really devalued the look of the home and just overall the great landscape work that we have accomplished here at the house in the past 2.5 years, and I've just been needing to get them down. They're also a pretty big hazard. I'm scared that they're gonna fall in the house or hurt one of us because we're out in the yard literally all the time when we're not working. If it's not, me, maybe one of my animals. I do have 19 animals. Yes, I have 5 dogs, and yes, I have 14 chickens. So I'm scared, and I finally was like, you know what? I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet and pay the money to get these trees removed, and today is the day. The guys showed up bright and early that Friday morning to do the tree removal, and I wanted to get a good video of that dead tree that they were cutting first out front. Here I am walking back up the driveway so I can show you the damage to this tree and sort of how it all started. I'll give you the backstory. So as you can see, there's some rot, or at least that's what I'm going to call it, is rot here at the base at the trunk of the tree. And from there up, it was dead on that half, and it was just inevitable that the tree was going to have to come down. So you can see on the left side of the tree, just dead branches. There's just a little bit left hanging on. Something I found really interesting was that the contractor that came out, whenever he was giving me the quote, the one that won the job and proceeded to perform this job for me, was he told me that he knew that this tree was going to die. I was like, what do you mean you knew this was going to die? He said he had seen that somebody was trimming this tree a couple years ago whenever I had moved in, and he noticed that they had cut it way too short. Sure enough, I had hired people when I moved in the house a couple years ago to do some tree trimming for me, and supposedly they cut it too short, and that led to its death. I totally believe this because the guy said this is a trick a lot of companies do. Not a lot. I mean, I hate to say that everybody does this, but at least I believe that these people might have done it, is that they cut it too short and then it's inevitable that I have to call them back to get it removed completely. So they got me locked in for more money. Who really knows? All I know is I don't want to have to pay for any more trees to get removed because this is just a crazy expensive cost, especially when you have 4 acres like I do. There are hundreds and hundreds of trees, and I can only imagine what it would be like if I had to pay for this again, which I'm sure I will in the future. So definitely keep that in mind when you're looking at houses and properties. What type of potential costs do you have when it comes to trees and other plants on the property that could create problems in the future? So he was cutting down the branches one by one with the saw as he was up in the bucket truck. It was pretty interesting to watch. This is what the tree looked like after all the branches were cut. And then here's one of the trees in the back that was dead. I was trying to film this in between work hours. I was in and out of meetings here working from home. So I didn't get all of the loud, crazy, cool boom drops. But I did get some pretty cool footage like that one of some of these branches dropping. So the guys have been here 3 hours or so taking down these trees. And then also they are going to be removing the 2 ends here in the back. And then if there's any good firewood that they can keep from those, they're going to leave that here for us. And the one in the front, they've left everything that was firewood worthy so that we can use it and chop it up as firewood. So when my boyfriend comes home from work, he's gonna have a bit of a surprise of a mess for him to clean up in the front yard. But that's what he wanted them to leave, was everything that they could behind. And he's gonna bring in the John Deere tractor over here to clean it up, get it set aside so we can get it cut up for firewood for this upcoming winter. And then here in the back, they are still cutting these 2 trees. And again, we'll see if there is any firewood that we can use from that. These were pretty dead. One of them has been dead since I moved into the house, which was almost 2.5 years ago at this point, and I've just been putting it off because this is such a big expense. If you have to consider getting trees removed from your property and taken down, definitely get at least 3 quotes from 3 different contractors, and potentially look into the option of keeping some of the tree debris on your own property for you to remove yourself. That would save a little bit of cost if you have the equipment and tools available, saw, tractor, etc. So hopefully I won't have to do this again in the future, but please, if you have any comments, leave them below. Thank you so much for watching, and there is the big boom finale. Thank you. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe.